Hey, Shiva, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Good. So, you know me, with ABC Medical, we're going to do your wheelchair eval today. I'm going to get the therapist online.
Yep.
Shoes off?
Yes, please.
Cool. All right, so, you know the drill. Do you mind if I call the therapist?
Cool. Go ahead.
Awesome. And then we'll get you set up with a new chair. So you're welcome to take a seat. And all right, so we're going to go ahead and get the therapist online here. You know Rachel, she's your PT. So we're going to call in. And I think we'll just set this up over here to try and see both of us.
Lovely.
All right. Hey Rachel, you there?
Hi guys, hi Carl, hi Shiva. If you remember me, we talked last week on the phone about doing this telehealth appointment. Just a reminder that we're using the health system's approved telehealth online provider, but there is a chance of confidentiality breach. So are you still okay with proceeding this way?
Absolutely.
All right, great. So I'm just going to summarize what our plan was, and then you can correct me or give me updates if anything's changed since we last spoke. So when we talked before, you have your scooter from a few years ago, and you still use your cane sometimes, but scooter's really not meeting your needs for sort of managing your back pain, and it's getting harder to use because you're going back on the bus and going outside, so the scooter's just not working. Does that all still sound right to you?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so you and I talked about a plan to try a power chair, but before we get into that, I'd just like to look a little bit about how you're moving and see what you're doing with the scooter and see where it is or isn't working in your apartment, and then we can have Carl go get the power chair from his van and we can give that a try too.
That sounds great.
So Carl, if you're able to maybe just move over a little bit so I can see Shiva a little better.
Sure.
We'll start with just moving your arms and your legs, and then we'll have you walk over to your scooter.
Yep.
So just, if you can go overhead with your arms, and if anything's painful, just stop me or let me know. And touch the back of your head, and arms kind of straight out in front of you, palms up, and touch your shoulders. Good, and then elbows straight again. And then just let me see wrists up and down, fingers open and closed. So that still looks pretty consistent with the last time I saw you in person. Everything seems about the same with your upper body?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay. So we'll, again, ask Carl to move the camera a little bit so I can see your legs.
Okay, I'm going to back up. Let's see if we can... Rachel, you just tell me if this is, and see what you're looking at.
Yeah, you can go down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, Shiva, so I'm just going to ask you to sort of march your legs up and off the couch there. Just lift them up one at a time,
Sure.
sort of moving your hip. Are you able to do it at all? There you go, without your arms. Definitely
Oh, yeah,
keep
sure.
your back foot if you got it. Okay, good. What about kicking your knees straight?
Sure. Can kick it up.
Okay. What about your toes up and down?
Little bit.
Again, this looks about the same. You've got some weakness in your legs. It doesn't look like it's much different, but still looks like you need to accommodate with your back, which certainly would lead to some of the back pain you're having. Carl, are you able to sort of space out? I'd like to see him walk about 10 feet.
Sure.
If you could have him walk like toward the door and just capture it in the video so I can see what's going on with his walking. And Shiva, you can use your cane as you normally would.
Okay.
So if we get you about here, you can see the door back there.
Yeah. Okay, good. And you can take a seat.
Get on the couch. All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So next, I'd just like to see how you're doing getting on and off the scooter and where it is or isn't working in your apartment. You mentioned it's hard to get to some spaces, so on days you're having more pain, that's pretty challenging.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you either Carl bring it over to you or you can walk to it, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, let me bring it over to the middle of the room here, and we'll check that out.
Yeah, if you can leave the camera there, that helps keep it more stable so I can see.
You good there, or do you want me to go 90 degrees?
Yeah, if you could turn it so I could see how he gets in sort of from the side. That would be good.
How's that look?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Alright, so once it's off, then Shiva, you can show me what you would normally do.
Sure.
Let me know if you need a hand.
No.
Okay, great.
There we go.
And Carl, just if you could grab the camera, then we'll just see you move around a little bit and see where it's, the scooters, if it's tight in any space in the apartment.
So, Shiva, you have a restroom in the other room.
Yeah. Trying to get
Do you
into it.
usually walk into there, Shiva?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be pretty tight. It may still be tight with a power chair, but it's sort of good to see both.
And then my room is pretty much because of the turning radius. It's really quite hard to actually fit my scooter in here.
Yeah, can you see that, Rachel?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
Definitely, as you mentioned, Shiva, your new apartment, this is much more challenging.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can come on back out. I can see that the turn is hard to make, so definitely makes sense that you're using your cane more than you were before, which isn't really meeting your needs. Okay, so at this point, Shiva, if you can come on back out and you can rest wherever's comfortable for you, we'll ask Carl to go get that power chair for you to try.
Okay.
And then go through how it works and see how it works in your environment here, and then we'll try it outside and see if it does a little better for you as far as being more comfortable for your back, but also managing the obstacles. Does that sound okay?
That sounds great.
Okay.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna pause on the video here and just be right back.
Sounds good.
Alright, thanks. We got your chair here.
Yep.
I'm just gonna drive it in if you don't mind. It's
course.
just a little easier. Don't want to scratch up your walls too much.
Yeah.
And then we'll get Rachel back on the line.
Alright.
We will show you some of the seat functions and check out how it looks in the apartment.
Lovely stuff.
So, I'll set up kind of here. We'll make sure Rachel can see you.
Okay.
And I'll actually just have you take a seat. You always want the foot plates to be up when you're
Okay.
getting in and out, and
Yeah.
to make sure the power's turned off.
Okay.
You know, safety stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey Rachel, can you hear us?
Yep, I can still hear you, Carl.
Okay. Can you see well there, or should I reposition?
That's okay for now. Yeah. For now, when we go through seating functions and stuff, if you can keep me stable, then I can see a little better.
Sure. Get you a little closer.
Yeah, that's good there.
Cool. All right.
Alright, so Shiva, this is just a demo chair, so obviously not 100% adjusted for you, but
Okay.
should generally, be immediately feeling more back support.
Yeah.
We'll just show you how to turn it on and use the power seat tilt.
Okay.
And then we'll go through trying to move around in your apartment.
Lovely stuff.
So I got it turned on here.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, you want to go through tilt recline leg rests?
Yeah, let's go through all
Sure.
of them first. Just to tilt first. So this is the one, Shiva, that you would use, to generally just relieve some pressure on your back and your buttocks, and just, change position. So you can go about 45 degrees back, and again, we would adjust the headrest and whatnot for your actual chair.
Yeah.
And then the next one we can go through recline. This is more like the lazy boy type function that, you know, is going to move your back.
Okay.
But this allows you to be nearly flat, you know, to take some pressure again off your hips and your back.
Oh, perfect.
And then you can elevate your legs as well, and Carl can show you what that's like. Again, if you're getting any swelling in your legs, which you mentioned happens sometimes,
Yeah.
this is a good way to get some of that fluid back, doing all 3 seat functions all together.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay, and then Carl, you can show him the buttons and let him sort of practice
Cool.
making sure he can reach and things like that.
So you got your legs, your back, and your overall tilt. So yeah, do your legs first, then the back, and then tilt. You want to do things in that order.
Okay. There we go. And then tilt forwards.
Great.
Great. So those seats might take some getting used to, but it seems like might help a lot with the things that are going on in your back and your legs.
Okay.
So next we'll go through some driving. You and I talked about front wheel drive versus mid wheel drive when we talked last week on the phone.
Yeah.
And we thought that front wheel might be better for going outside and getting on the bus, but remember we were a little concerned about getting an apartment. So let's see what it's like and go from there.
Okay.
Okay, Shiva, before we go into the kitchen, we can practice going, or elevate with the seating functions.
Sure.
That's what we talked about would be useful to reach in cabinets and reach over top of the stove.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, as you approach it, rather than from the lower from the side like the scooter. And then anterior tilt just tips you forward a little bit to help make that reaching a little easier.
Okay.
So, yeah, I saw you playing around with these earlier, but this just takes you up,
Okay.
and you want to have your seatbelt on whenever you're doing anything here.
Yep.
So this is up and down, and then this is your interior tilt to bring you forward, so that'll help with reaching.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'll give you just a chance to give that a try over in the kitchen.
Okay.
You'll probably find things easier to reach.
All right, let's give this a go.
So I'll follow you.
Let's just... No way, how high does this go? Would you look at that? I can actually reach the top shelf. Look at that. That is surprising. Alright.
You can roll
Yeah,
around.
You can drive elevated. If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going fast, it would slow you down, but obviously not going fast in the kitchen here.
Exactly, this is alright.
So you
And
can
then
give
you
your stove a try.
Oh, and then I can actually lean, okay, use the tilt forward to actually work the stove. Hey, at least this way I'm not going to be burning myself. Look, I can actually reach past here.
Very good.
This is going to be much easier for me.
Yeah.
Great. And then again, you could drive a little bit like that.
Okay.
But when you would leave the kitchen, you know, advise to come back down. It is stable up like that, but it's going to be easier to fit, you know, back towards your bedroom and things like that if you're not tilted forward like that.
Right. Okay.
So why don't you bring yourself back down?
Okay.
We'll back you up and just do a little more of your assessment.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool. So we'll have you try your bedroom over here, and you can wheel around, kind of get used to it. So yeah, you can adjust your speed on this side.
Alright.
Rabbit's faster, turtle slower.
Oh,
Get a feel for that.
Just take your time making that quick turn again. Yeah, and Carl, if you can bring me on the camera.
So you can see, looks tight, but actually did that really well.
Made the turn. What do you think about that, Shiva?
Oh,
It's a little
much
easier than
easier
the
to get in
scooter.
and
Is
out
it
of the
still too
bedroom.
tight, or manage that? Why don't you try coming back out?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard him, but Shiva did say it's a lot easier than the scooter.
Yeah.
Much easier than the
Why
scooter.
don't, he can come all the way back out, and then let's try that approach to the bathroom. We know that it may not fit there, but just see what it's like when you still get up this close to the door.
Okay.
Before we do that, could you turn on the light in the bathroom, Carl, so I can see
Sure.
it a little better?
Okay.
Alright. So Shiva, just drive up close and then see what you think about how you could get in the bathroom. If you need to put the foot plates up and stand, which would be similar to what you're doing before, but you should get a little closer than you did in a scooter.
Yeah. And then I can put the foot plates up there. Yep. Turn it off. Oh, actually, this isn't much easier to hold on to.
You see that transfer, Rachel?
I did. I can't hear him, but that looked okay.
Okay.
Or does what do you think, Shiva?
Yeah. At least I've got.
Okay. Why don't you take a seat and come on back out to the living space?
Okay.
You're good to just back straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it actually seems like the front wheel might be better because you can make that turn a little easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we sort of get anything that you might need to go outside and make sure this fits in your elevator, which we know it did when Carl brought it up, but make sure you can fit in it in the elevator.
Okay.
And then we can look a little bit about what it's like to do a curb cut or things like that you mentioned is getting more unstable feeling or harder on your back in the scooter.
Oh yes. Use the anterior tilt.
All right, we locked up.
Yep, we're locked
Well,
up.
let's head down the hallway.
Ready to roll.
Take the elevator, just go down to the first floor.
Lovely. And then I can actually turn around in here.
Here we go.
Look at that.
We're just gonna get him kind of using the curb cut again. Okay. All right, so you can see. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Get in the door. And you can see how you'll be able to get your groceries a little bit better.
Yeah.
Putting them in the chair.
Oh, it's going to be much easier if we just stick it in front of me.
Thank you.
Come in.
Hey, Shiva, how you doing?
Hey!
So, I got your chair here. Last time, of course, we were using the demo. Now we got the real thing. So, once I'm in here and situated, we're going to get your therapist, Rachel, back on the line.
Lovely.
So just hang out there for a sec, and we'll get you situated. I have your battery charger here. I have your owner's manual. I'll just put them here if you don't mind.
Yep, go for it.
Shoes off, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Give me a sec to get Rachel on the line. All right. So, Rachel, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome.
Hi, Carl.
Afternoon.
Good to see you again, Shiva.
Lovely to see you too.
So we'll have you get back in your new, or get into the new chair. We'll remind you, don't get back in there if it's on, make sure it's off and the foot plates are up before you transfer in.
Okay.
Are you still moving around about like you were before? You can stand with your cane.
Yeah,
from
about
couch.
the same.
So you can stand up with your cane and sit down, get your feet situated, and then we'll see what needs to be adjusted.
Oh, lovely.
So you just let me know if you need any help.
Okay.
But as you know, keep the chair off, foot plates up when you're getting in.
And remember, you can either reach down or use your cane to get those foot plates back down, whatever is easier for you.
Oh.
Good, and go ahead and get that seat belt on before we have you try the seat functions again.
Oh yeah. Good reminder.
So we'll go through some safety things or remind you how to use the seat functions and speed and things like that.
Okay.
And then we'll take a look at what needs to be adjusted. So Carl, you can go ahead and show him, remind him how to turn it on and get to drive in the seat.
All right.
So if you remember, that's on, that's off.
Yep.
Rabbit's fast, turtle's slow.
Mm-hmm.
And you got all your seat functions here. So, Rachel, do you want us to go through the functions again?
Yeah, I'll just talk you through it and you can sort of show him which buttons remind him how to do it. So
Cool.
remember, you can get to the seat functions through that mode switch or through those switch buttons there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to use that tilt one that tilts the whole chair back to get some pressure relief.
It's here.
Oh right. Okay.
That one's the primary one that you're going to use to change position.
Oh
And then
yes.
once you get tilted, you can get that recline, which is going to move just the backrest. And then get your legs elevated into a comfortable position to release some pressure on your hips and help with that swelling in your legs.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
All right, so you can come on back up and then we'll review what the elevate and anterior tilt do as well.
Okay.
So go ahead and there you go, get back to tilt. Good. And then do you remember which one is elevate, or Carl can show you elevate?
Oh, right. Is it this one, right?
You got it.
Yep. Perfect.
There you go. So that's one, remember, that makes transfers a little easier because it gets you up higher, helps you reach into the cabinets. And then if you need to lean forward, again, for transfers or reaching, that anterior one, so just push that tilt button
Oh right.
a
This
little
one.
bit more.
Oh yeah.
There you go. And again, remember, don't stand on those foot plates, but that will help you reach, or you can move the foot plates out of the way to transfer.
Okay. Yeah. This is going to be much easier.
Great. Good.
Yep. Perfect. That was easy enough.
So if you want to get into a comfortable position, then Carl can make some adjustments and show you some important features of to remember and how to turn the chair on for connected chair and how to plug it in and things like that. But you can just get comfy for a few minutes while you do that, and then we'll go through again the driving and tips and tricks for that.
All right, so a couple more things. We're going to go through adjustments, make sure things like your head rests, arm rests, leg rests, those are all comfortable for you. I'm going to show you how to set up your battery and charging. And I'm going to show you how to set up your connected app, which you can use to kind of monitor the maintenance, any routine stuff like that on your chair. Rachel, does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm going to sign off here while you go through those things. But Carl could call me back if you need something while you're going for a test drive. And then just a few reminders that this isn't the end. You know, if something doesn't feel comfortable after you've tried it for a while, you can always call and get some adjustments, or something's going wrong. We can always revisit doing another telehealth appointment or see you in person again if we need to. And then just a reminder that, similar to the scooter, but this is a little more complex, that some of these parts on the chair might wear out faster than the whole chair itself. So you may need new batteries in a year or two, and the same with the cushion doesn't last as long as the chair. It's just, you know, foam, the armrest, headrest, that sort of thing. And then if anything else beyond that, obviously keep us in the loop and we can get you replacement parts or make changes, or if something with your physical status changes, you know, let us know so we can reevaluate and make sure the chair works for you beyond, you know, needing to replacement again in a few years.
Lovely.
Sound okay?
Yeah, that does. Thank you.
All right, great. So I'll sign off here, maybe with Carl to sort of take care of charging and adjustments, but if you all need me, just give me a call back, okay?
Okay. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Thanks. We'll see you later.
See ya.